The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wolverines will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They're looking for an advantage to the right. At the 35, he's open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. Ohio State pulled out a classic and won close over the Wolverines last season.
Yeah, it's so nice to know you got a team that in the biggest moments in the game, the huge rivalry game, your big game of the year, they can come up clutch and make those big plays. Ohio State did a year ago. Can this team handle the moment now against the new Michigan team?
Well, and oftentimes in great rivalries like this, the game is going to go right down to the wire. And that loss last year, that really propelled Michigan this offseason. They did extra sprints. They spent extra time in the weight room. 4th quarter, that was a major point of emphasis all offseason, getting ready for this one. They know they've got to dial in this one late.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Grab near the marker. It's Wicks. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Man, he had to get rid of that thing. I don't even think he had time to find the laces, but he picks up the first down.
Yeah, that's a great job. You know, 3rd and short, the defense is bringing pressure. He sees the pressure, gets the football out, and gets just enough for the first down.
Looking to go up top on first down. He's got it. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Now on the move. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And how about the job blocking by the wide receivers? If you're going to play receiver in this offense, you can't only want to catch the ball, you've got to be willing to block. They did a great job there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and the score came on an impressive run from the 20. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry.
He's going to fire deep. Snags it down the right side. He's off to the races. Sees him in open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Wide out in motion. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Now facing a third and long. Here we go. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on your quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
The give from the gun. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, #1 versus #2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
There's just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Ball in the air, intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
A really nice job by the linebacker there, understanding his responsibilities in that coverage. That's a cover 2 look. So there's 2 safeties playing deep, but the linebacker knows there's nobody underneath him, keeping him close to the line of scrimmage, so he can kind of float back a little bit, watch the QB's eyes, jump the throw, and make the pick.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Trying to beat the D deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
The give to the tailback. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play. And that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer,
he lobs one high down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. And you think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the ground, it's Leon. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. And he intercepts it. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They go to the ground. Showing off the arms. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
They'll give it to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's moving out of the pocket. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, get him to the ground for no gain.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the back. The completion well past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
2nd down coming up. Leaves it with the running back. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on 3rd. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. North Carolina is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping in Chapel Hill. They're trailing by 14 to NC State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this.
Oh, the ball's on the ground. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Catch in the middle, it's Leon. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
They'll go to the ground. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. Quick strike complete. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one. And I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the second half and start making some plays.
And first down for the offense.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ohio State.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you've got receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
Going deep. And he's got it inside the 25. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. What a tough break for the defense. You get a hand on the football, and they still make a big play.
Man, how difficult is that? The ball is deflected. To be able to keep your eyes on the football, continue to concentrate from a fortuitous bounce, Reese. A nice break to him. Makes the catch, makes the big play down the field.
Movement here from the tight end. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got his man quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quarterback will audible. On second down, they'll take to the air. Looking to scramble. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And you're like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Leon. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. That's caught. It's Leon. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got a man. It's Leon. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air on first down. Throws for the tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Michigan! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Michigan 17, Ohio State 14.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their 1-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean,
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Iowa is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 25 to Nebraska. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
With the catch, it's Leon.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up second and short?
To throw, it's Sayin. Throws to the tight end. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice game. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. From the gun, the give, looking for room. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Smashes through.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Grab near the marker is Leon. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a grab and go for the score. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
In other sports around the country, Slippery Road 49, Cannon University 22.
First down for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
The quarterback just needs to settle down. He looks like he's just too excited right now. He had his receiver wide open down the field and just put way too much mustard on that throw, overthrowing an open guy. That should have been 6.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Carry by the running back. Brought down at the 37. Second down coming up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The Wolverines have their offense in high gear. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Okay, ready? Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
In blue. In blue. 691. Gators score.
Right back to the well. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line.
Come on, set.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
Go. Go.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. The whole thought process is just get the ball back and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball reached. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution in that punt return.
And the point after is good. After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Gets set, 1st down. Little over anxious, out of the stands early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Running back searching for a hole. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking off. Trying play action. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. The kickoff team out there getting set.
Set to advance on the football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the lone running back. At the 35, he's got room. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. To the air, it's Sayin. Got it set up on the outside. Turns it on in midfield. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Now on first down from the 43. Motion from the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Leon. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Leon. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Give to the running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Looking down the middle. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. And after the interception, he brings it back and gets it inside the 35.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Might as well give it to him again. Not much running room. He's got 1 down to the 12.
Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Power football with the run. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. First down marker just short of the goal line. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Gain of 3. Offense facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Smashes it between the uprights. And now they take the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to NC State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. Gets it out quickly. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Got his man on the right. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
In other sports around the country, every run, 75.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll keep it on the sneak. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
And this field goal attempt might be their chance to save themselves. And this one for the lead in the waning moments. Absolute shame. Missed it. And with that miss, still down by a deuce and missing an opportunity to take the lead. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The offense set for a 1st down play. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And on 4th down, they'll come up and take the knee. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Good job. We're going green. Be ready here. The green flag is in the air. You got room. You're clear. You got room. You're clear. You got room. You're clear there. Got one peeking outside. Wow, that was your best lap ever. All right, you're clear. Car high, careful. You got room, you're clear. Car high, careful. All right, clear outside. You're all clear on top there. Car there on the inside. All right, you're clear there. Clear all around. Car there on the outside. You're all clear up top. 20 laps to go. Clear high, clear high. Just posted your best lap ever. That's awesome. All right, clear outside. Car high, careful there. Top 3, easy if you need it. You got room, you're clear. Clear all around. Got one down low now. You got room, you're clear there. The race is half over. All clear. Clear down low. Outside. Outside. Gone high, careful there. All right, you're clear. I need 10 more follow laps. Concentrate for me. Outside. Clear high, clear high. Inside. All right, you're clear. Got one peeking outside. All right, you're clear. Top three, easy to see. Got one up top. You got room, you're clear. Clear high, clear high. You got room, you're clear. Five laps to go. You got room, you're clear there. You got room, you're clear. Car outside, hold the line. All clear. Got one outside now. All right, clear outside. Two laps left to take off. All right, you're clear there. One more to go. That stage, good job. Coming to the green. Almost ready now. Got one up top. You got room. You're clear. You got room. You're clear there. I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me. Top 3, use it if you need it. Careful, still there. Clear down low. Clear high, clear high. All right, you're clear. Car high, careful. 5 to go, this time by. Got one peeking outside. All right, you're clear. Clear all around. You got room, you're clear. Hold your line, got one outside. Clear all around there. All right, you're clear. Stay on the bottom. You got room. You're clear. 2 at the line. Stay low, stay low. All right, you're clear then. Last lap. Hit your mark. You took that stage. Good job. Drive safe, be smart, keep your head on straight. Be ready here. Got one peeking inside. You got room, you're clear there. clear there. You got room, you're clear there. clear there. Careful, still there. Got one up top. Clear high, bud. You're all clear on the bottom there. You got room, you're clear. Got one up top. Alright, clear outside. Car outside, hold the line. Top 3, you do need it. Got one down low now. Alright, you're clear. Got one outside now. Alright, you're clear there. Clear all around. We got 20 more left. Car on the outside now. Top 3 view is needed. You're all clear up top there. Alright, you're clear. Alright, you're clear there. Alright, clear low. Still there. You're all clear up top there. Got a car low now. You got room, you're clear there. Stay high up here. You got room, you're clear there. Top 3, use it if you need it. Got one beacon inside. Alright, you're clear. Alright, clear outside. Hold your line, got one outside. Clear high, bud. Stay high up there. You're all clear on the bottom there. Time to go. Car outside, hold your line. Car high, careful. You got room, you're clear. White flag is in the air. All right, you're clear there. Go get the checker flag, it's yours. Clear of the pit, hammer down. Stay on the bottom here. You got room, you're clear there. You got room, you're clear. All right, driver, dig. marker down. Alright, man. You're coming to the green. Ready? Green flag is in the air. Car on the outside now. You're all clear up outward. Car on the outside now. Careful. Still there. All right, you're clear there. Five to go, you got this. high, best days. That'll get the job done, driver. Drive safe, be smart, keep your head on straight. Be ready here. Still there inside. Careful, still there. 20 more laps, no mistake. Clear low, clear low. Still there. Car on the outside now. He got newcomer to the green. Ready. Green, green, green. All right, I need 2 more good laps here. You got it, you're clear then. Stay on the bottom. All right, clear outside. Got a car low now. Inside. 1 more to go. Inside. Hold your line, got 1 inside. Stay high up here. Looking inside now.